Hey YouTube, this is Jonathan Marquez, aka MonarchMayfly. As you know, a couple days ago I uploaded a video where I sang my song Wild. I hope you guys like it, and well, today is the moment you guys have all been waiting for. This is my coming out story. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this, so how should I start? Well, I guess I pretty much came out first as bisexual during freshman year of high school, which is like 3 or 4 years ago. And how I came out was kind of pretty drastic. For a while, ever since middle school, people thought I was gay or whatever, and I tried to pull it off because it wasn't true. Even when I have a girlfriend, they didn't believe me. And it's pretty much been like that for a long time. I've always been outcast as gay, even though I was straight. And secretly, I've been wondering if I was or not. Because no matter how many times I love girls, every time I see a guy, on TV or see a picture, it's just, astounds me at how good looking he can be. So, the day finally came during freshman year in my biology class. All my classmates were clowning about me, saying I'm gay or whatever, and they were saying, you're gay, so why don't you just come out and admit it, And I lost my temper. I'm like, look, for the last time, I don't like boys. I'm like, just drop it. It pissed me off, but I was going through my mind trying to figure out, if I really am or not, and going through all the facts that when I was little and growing up and being fascinated by how guys look and everything. So I figured maybe I am. So I took a deep breath and I'm like, I don't know. And everyone just stopped and asked me, you don't know what? So I came out and said, I'm like, I know I like girls, but I don't know if I like boys or not. And that's when all hell broke loose. A lot of people were in shock. Half of them were talking, the other half were laughing. The others were just didn't know what to do, and here I am sitting at my desk crying my eyes out because, they don't know. Me liking guys is pretty much the only thing they could use against me, and they didn't know about it, so they couldn't use it. And here I am, I just gave them the one thing they can use against me, and I felt so miserable. I hated the idea that I just gave them the one thing they can use against me. It was a nightmare, and it was like that for a couple of days. Everyone who harassed me, I proved them right. It wasn't fair for me. It was a nightmare, and I told my friends what happened. I told them, I'm bi-curious. I know I like girls, but I don't know if I like boys. Luckily, they were more supportive of me, and it did kind of help, but it was still crazy. I couldn't stand it. I hated proving the people that, harassed me right. It was a nightmare. Probably only one thing that actually made it feel okay. And the thing that made me feel better about maybe being bi-curious or even bisexual was my first boyfriend. He's been my best friend since kindergarten. I've known him since he was 6 and I was 5. His name was Wizard, and he was the most gorgeous guy anyone could ever meet. He had the same eyes as me, and he had pure snow white hair, long white hair that just brought out his eyes, and he was just so gorgeous. If you saw him, you could classify him as the image of perfection. He had the looks, he had the body, he had the attitude. He was just beautiful. And everybody in school was falling for him, but he always said no. He's never dated anybody in his life. until like 2 weeks after I came out as bi-curious, he admits that he has a big crush on me. And I was like in a state of shock because so many beautiful girls asked him out, so many handsome guys asked him out, but he said no to every single one of them. So I could not figure out, what is a great guy like him seeing a loser like me? It was just weird. So when he asked me out, of course I turned him down at first. Because, I didn't want to be the way I was. But the thing about him, one of the great things about him is that he never gives up when he really likes something. So for the next few days, he kept asking me, and I kept telling him no, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. Until, I asked him, what is it going to take for you to leave me alone, because this is getting ridiculous. He was like, just give me a chance, and we'll see what happens. So, I took a deep breath, and I said, okay, if it's really that important to you, then I'll go out with you. We'll see what happens. And I loved it. I really loved it. So I ended up becoming bisexual because I actually fell in love with him. He was the most amazing guy I've ever met in my life. And I loved him so much. He was the only good thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Even on my birthday, that's when he finally told me that he loved me for the first time. It was funny because it was like 11:50 at night when he comes knocking on my window telling me to open the back door for him. And when I open the back door, here he is in a tuxedo. And here I am in my pajamas. I'm like, why are you dressed like that? He was like, you only have less than 10 minutes until midnight, so we want to spend the last few minutes of your birthday with you, just the two of us. So he brought out his iPod, we listened to this really beautiful song, we were slow dancing under the moon, and he told me that he loved me, and surprisingly, I said I loved him back, and I fell in love with him. It was the most beautiful thing in my life. Someone as amazing and beautiful as him, and I have him and no one else can. And it was the most amazing thing ever. It made me feel special. And sadly, the relationship only lasted for 2 months. And that's because December the 6th, 2008, he passed away. And I was really devastated. Words can't describe how devastated I was. He was the guy who brought me out of the closet, and there he goes, disappearing right in front of my face. I've tried dating other people ever since, but it never worked until I met Scott, my current boyfriend. And, he's the only one who's ever came close to having my heart, and I loved it. And it's because of him that I went from bisexual to gay, because being bisexual was kind of complicated because for a while, I tried to have a girlfriend as well, I have Scott as my boyfriend, and then I have this girl named Sabina who was my girlfriend, and I try to balance it out as much as I can because I couldn't really tell which gender I like more. But one of my friends knocked some sense in me, saying, you can't have them both. If you keep doing this, you're gonna wind up hurting them both and losing them both forever. You need to decide, who do you want more? And it was racking my brain for a long time until one day, it hit me. I really didn't want to lose them both forever. I love them both so much, but my friend was right, I can only have one. So I made up my mind, and when I went to school and I saw Sabina, I told her, I love you, and I wish I could be your boyfriend forever, but my heart belongs to someone else, and he's a great guy, and I can't lose him, and I don't want to lose you. You know, so it's best that you find someone that you can actually have a real relationship with. Because my heart belongs to someone else, and I don't want to lose either one of you. And so once I did that, you know, she forgave me, and, you know, she understood, so she's still my friend now, but at that same moment, like a couple hours later, I gathered up all my friends and told them that after all this time, one thing means me and her are over, and I am fully gay. I am coming out as fully gay, so I can be with my boyfriend forever. And it's been like that for a long time now, but sadly my parents still doesn't know anything about me. I've been gay in secret in my house for 5 years now. One day I might tell them, but it's just not that time yet. So that's my coming out story, and right now, like, I'm glad I could share with you guys. And you can look forward to seeing more videos of me very soon, so like you'll see more videos of me singing and maybe more personal stories like this one. But either way, I hope you guys like my coming out story, and for those of you who are still in the closet, I hope maybe the story will convince you to come out, because being gay is a nightmare. It really is, but you know, it's not always a nightmare. Sometimes it leads to good things. And sometimes it can lead you to, you know, the person you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life. But it's always going to be hard. It's never going to be easy for us. We can't change homophobia forever. But, you know, you can make your life easier and just be who you are and let the people who really love you know the truth. Just like I learned. And maybe one day I'll have the guts to tell my parents the truth. But for now, I don't want to hide from you guys. You know the story now, and I hope you guys like it. So, hopefully tomorrow I'll upload another video, maybe one of me singing another one of my songs. And I'll see you guys soon. I love you all so much, and thank you for listening. I hope you guys like it. Alright, bye. Have a great week, everybody.